Welcome to the third edition of the BP Ultimate Rally-Raid Portugal. Once again, we start in sunny Grândola, although the cards could well be shuffled if and when the rain hits later this week. It's round 2 of the World Rally-Raid Championship, and as ever, we can expect thrills, spills and chills. For the third straight year, Grândola hosts the start of the rally with a prologue for bikes only today, and then a loop around the town on Wednesday's first full stage. Stage 2 takes us to Benavidez before a third stage entirely on Spanish soil. It's then back to Portugal to the new finishing city of Lule in the Algarve, over 1,200 kilometres of racing on the menu. We can expect a very different event from the second edition back in September, with rain forecast throughout the week. But the million-dollar question is, how much? The early World Championship leader in the bikes is Luciano Benavidez. In January, he won the Daka by just 2 seconds from Ricky Brabec after a final day that will live long in the memory.
Going back to Daka, I think 2 seconds can change your life.
I didn't take the first place trophy home, so it stings a little bit.
You can really feel the vibes, you know, sometimes, and that day was one of those days.
It's tough. I didn't even want to ride motorcycles after that one. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what my life was going to be like. I didn't know what my future was going to be like, but something drew me back to go for another fight.
When I see the videos now, it really feels like a movie, and then to finish like that in the last stage, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Maybe now, I think maybe we both won, you know?
It was a big relief on my shoulders, I think, to win like this and to have already a Dakar in my shoulder is something unreal.
Well, so much for Dakar, but the show must go on, and Portugal is a very different beast from Saudi Arabia. It doesn't necessarily suit the guys who grew up in the open desert.
This is like probably my least favorite round, just because it's not like very, something I'm not like super confident riding around these roads, and now with the forecast, we got some rain coming, so it's gonna make it a little bit more sketchy out there.
I think they don't like because they don't understand this kind of terrain. They were born in the desert directly. So yeah, for us, for the Europe riders, it's always so fun to ride here in these kind of terrains.
Well, tyres will also play a big role this week, with most riders opting for the softer compound that offers better grip, especially in wet conditions, but wears out faster than the normal rally tyre. Defending champion Daniel Sanders says you definitely need a bit of luck on your side.
I think it's going to be up to the weather gods. It looks like possible 3 days of rain, like chances of rain, but you know, we don't know what valleys and the mountains are going to do and what the weather gods are going to bring to the race week.
Sanders and Tosha Sharina are no doubt the favourites this week, but Hero are also up for the fight with Nacho Cornejo and Ross Branch. There are 9 Rally GP riders in all, plus a host of Rally 2 riders. It's a mixture of rookies and top talents, including the World Cup leader, Tony Mulech. The Rally 3 and quad classes also get their season underway here in Portugal, with a total of 45 FIM riders on the start list. Gentlemen, prepare to start your engines. The big news in the cars is that the Dacia Sand Riders are pulling out of Rally-Raid at the end of 2026.
Yes, obviously it's a wonderful journey for Sand Rider. We know what we achieved together, and we know that it was a good sign for the brand that we bring the Dakar. Probably too early, the second Dakar, but that's great for us, and it's not a bad end. We have the 26th season to bring a new trophy to Dacia, so yeah, our objectives are completed.
Well, it's not Dachau just yet, and they have a formidable lineup here in Portugal: Loeb, Moraes and Alatia.
We win Dakar and Dacia really doing amazing job, from beginning. We build really a nice car. And now we are here in the second round of championship, We know Portugal Rally is really one of the difficult race, and the time between all the competitors will be really close.
After failing to crack the top 7 at the Dakar, Toyota will be looking to hit back this week. The Japanese brand represented by a host of different factory and private teams.
Yeah, we used up all of our bad luck hopefully in Dakar, and this week should be a bit cleaner. The tasting's been good. The car feels good. We feel good, so ready to start now.
Over at Ford Racing, Carlos Sainz has a new co-driver in Dani Oliveras after bringing an end to his hugely successful partnership with Lucas Cruz.
Well, we have been many years together. We have really 4 victories in the Dakar together and successful time, but we decide after the Dakar we will not continue, and honestly I can only say thank you to him. I consider him not only my co-driver, a good friend, and from now on I will start with Dani and we will start a new chapter.
The start list is littered with star names across the FIA categories, with Defender bringing their full lineup in the stock class. Rokas Bachuska, Sarah Price, and the Rally-Raid goat himself, Stefan Petterhansel, they're ready for another rumble. Old friends and new challenges in T3, with Alexander Pinto switching from T4 and trying out a BBR Taurus. Meanwhile, the Dakar champion Pau Navarro tests the all-new Viking, the pride of Latvia. A big change for all of the cars is that there is no Prologue at this round, and here's why.
Competitors considered that the Prologue was a bit useless because the sporting interest was not always there, because sometimes the Prologue was not matching with the terrain we would meet during the next days. It was also taking some time. Sometimes we were spending almost 1 day to do 5 kilometers, so it was considered as maybe not something that we should keep. So we decided to go for a simplification of the format. So the start order will be based on the championship order. So at the end it will also spice up a bit the things, because the championship leader will need to open.
Well, sadly that means no footage of the cars today, so we asked Pinto to give us a lift to the office instead. Thanks, Alex, but maybe we'll go by road tomorrow. Last year, we asked our riders and drivers to make us the perfect pastel de nata. Mixed results, let's say. So we've stayed out of the kitchen this year and we've come outside into the beautiful sunshine for a game of traditional petanca. Welcome to the arena.
Amigo. Exactamente.
They're cheating. Get your tape picture, go.
This one. Here we go. So no. We are cooked. We are cooked. So good, the last one. Congratulations. Congrats on the victory.
There they are.
And so to the Prologue in the bikes. Just over the road from the service park, a short but intense ride of only 3 kilometres to help establish the starting order for Stage 1. This was the first day of competitive quad action in 2026, and victory went to the most experienced of the 3 men on the start list, Antanas Kanopkinas. The Lithuanian joked that he likes to win the Prologue and then lose the stages that follow. But having come second at the last 2 editions, he is determined to go one better this year. The local fans had something to celebrate as Gonçalo Amaral took the day in Rally 3, going 9 seconds faster than Steve Pascoe. The Portuguese rider won the class 2 years ago, and he will no doubt be one of the favourites alongside his brother Salvador. Here's a new name for you, Jeremy Knoijman of the Netherlands. He's been doing motocross since the age of 5 and took up beach racing in his teens, but he's completely new to Rally-Raid, so it was impressive to start with victory in Rally 2. Jeremy, whose dad Henk did 10 Dakars, is the first Dutchman to win a W2RC Special on 2 wheels.
I was really happy with the performance because this is my first rally and my goal here is to get some experience, not to win or something, so to get first was really nice for me.
Up at the sharp end of the standings, although admittedly only 3 seconds quicker than our new friend Jeremy, was Ricky Brabeck. As we heard earlier, this is not the American's favourite terrain, but for the first time since that devastating final day of Dakar, he really pushed, and the result reflected that. 3rd fastest, and hoping the weather will be kind to the riders this week. Since the BP Ultimate Rally-Raid Portugal saw the light of day in 2024, only 2 men have led it in the bikes, Tosha Schreiner and Daniel Sanders. With their enduro and motocross backgrounds, they are perfectly suited to the narrow, twisting tracks. And there's a good chance they're going to resume their barnstorming battle from last year. Today, they were separated by a single second, with Tosha settling for 2nd place.
Yeah, it was short but intense. Was completely flat out from the beginning, 3Ks, but so intense, and we are focused, we are close to home, so we are motivated.
So number 1 on the day with number 1 on his plates, the world champion and defending champion in Portugal, Daniel Sanders. The Australian underwent surgery after returning from the Dakar with a broken collarbone, and he was also struggling with a torn groin muscle, but he's had some time to recover and says he's feeling pretty good. Time will tell, but he's off to the perfect start.
It was really intense. We'll see if it's enough. Otherwise, yeah, as long as we're up the front there for a good choosing position for tomorrow, it doesn't really matter. So happy with that.
It was enough, Daniel, by 1 second. Edgar Canet and Adrian van Beveren completing the top 5, followed by 4 riders from Rally 2. Well, this event always tries to get the fans as involved as possible, and they came along to the service park after the Prologue to meet their heroes before the action really gets underway tomorrow. Perfect for the mantelpiece, that. Do join us again for Stage 1 on Wednesday, and thanks for watching.